Hello, my name is Hersh and welcome to the HERshyt Show. Well, a little bit about it. You're gonna laugh, you're gonna cry, you'll probably cuss at me, but that's alright. I just want to bring to you the realization of what's really going on in this world that a lot of people are afraid to speak on. Enjoy.
How you treat people, how you respect people. Do you help people? Do you go out of your way? You know, and that's to me is deeper than any sermon or whatever. You know what I mean?
Don't give your last if you don't have last to give. You know what I'm saying? But you have no rights to put your hands on somebody that didn't ask you to put your hands on.
Ooh.
And that's what we're going to talk about this week. The sexual
sexual assault is when you
listen. She just confused the hell out of me. How many?
Well, you got. I mean, the reason why I know this because I just recently experienced something similar. But it's you got sexual harassment, you got sexual assault, and sexual battery.
Okay.
And they're all different. I'm still in the throes of trying to figure it out. Like
put your papers on.
Jeez. Sexual harassment falls under civil law.
Okay.
It's any unwanted sexual behavior that makes a person upset, scared, offended, or humiliated. That happens every day.
And
all the time.
You could get fired from that
all the time
for that too.
And a lot of women just don't say nothing because they're like, you know, I'm
men too.
Oh yeah, men and women.
Women, y'all be making y'all little cool. God,
and it used to be more, but now it's like, you know, I'm 43 now, and I've dealt with it. I'm like, we all have, but it's just like now I'm like, no, I'm tired of your bullshit.
Yeah,
grow up, man.
Yeah,
you're a married man. Why are you trying? You know what I mean? Stop.
Yeah.
And it's to that point now. I'm like, no, I'm not tolerating your abuse.
Yeah,
I'm not tolerating. Don't fucking touch me. Don't lick my ear.
Oh my God.
Don't suck on my earlobe.
I'm laughing because I know the story behind that.
About it, but I'm like,
do not lick.
I mean, that's sexual assault right there.
Licking somebody is sexual assault.
Touching, yes. Unwanted touching.
So what is sexual battery?
Sexual battery. Hang on, let me get to that one. Where we at? Did I even write about sexual battery? It gets really it's like kind of confusing.
Yeah.
Let's see, sexual assault.
Because I know sexual harassment, sexual assault, sexual battery, anything like sexual harassment.
Sexual battery is a specific type of sexual assault.
Okay.
That involves the use of force or threat of force. Unlike rape, sexual intercourse, or penetration, it is not required to commit a sexual battery offense. And it becomes a federal charge whenever it's somebody under 16, I believe. Yeah. Sexual battery encompasses a broader range of situations that involve unlawful touching or contact with another person for a sexual purpose. And
so that would all fall in line with...
It's all kind of the same, but there's this few little
laws
that are a little different.
Yeah.
It gets complicated.
Because I know sexual harassment, you could do... They always teach us, you know, verbally or non-verbally. Like you can eyeball somebody. Or you can tell somebody, ooh, man, like... You know, in them jeans type situation, you know what I mean? Like, but if somebody else overhears that in the vicinity of the workplace and they feel uncomfortable, they can still report you for sexual harassment.
And it happens all the time. I've seen it.
Yeah,
all the time. And women or men they don't report. They're like, okay, because you get these little comments like, you know,
don't make a mountain out of a molehill.
Yeah, like just.
But my thing
no big deal. I was just kidding. No big deal. You know, but you don't know. Okay, my thing is
Jeffrey Epstein didn't mean to either,
or a man, or whichever. But here I'm gonna talk about a woman. When you have a woman that has strong sexual trauma, you don't know what these people go through. You have no idea what they went through in their childhood. They might have been molested and don't even remember it.
Yeah.
And because your brain's a very powerful thing, and it will block off. It will have walls around that memory to protect you. And when you have, like, say, somebody come and lick your ear, just saying, just saying, you know, somebody.
I'm not supposed to laugh.
When somebody's sucking on your earlobe, this
unwanted licking on your ear or whatever. Yeah,
whatever. And then you got that, you don't know if that person has a sexual trauma or any type of trauma that would trigger somebody. I could have spiraled downward. I mean, I could have went, but no, thank goodness.
Or literally, you could literally snap and hurt that person.
Yeah, I mean, you just don't freaking
off of a joking moment.
Yeah.
It wasn't no joking moment.
No, I'm over it. But I'm 43. I'll cut your earlobe off. Anyway. Don't be. Anyway.
Let me take my bat.
I know. Get that bat over. Sexual harassment. Many types of unwelcome verbal and physical attention. Unwelcome sexual advances. Requests for sexual favors. Verbal harassment of sexual nature, including jokes, which is always jokes. Don't take it seriously. I was just messing around.
Oh, I was just playing, but I really can't see your nipple through your shirt.
Don't fall for it.
Unwanted sexual,
that's a game for me. And like if like say you respond in a positive way, it's not a joke then. Like if I say, "Oh man, I would love to take you out,"
they're testing where you're at.
Yeah, you're testing. So if I say I would love to do some stuff with you, I'm gonna take you out. And if you say okay, then I'm good with it. But if you say don't talk to me like that, I'm saying I was just joking. Like it's a quick way for them to try to step back.
To see where you're at with it.
Yeah,
it was a test of the waters.
And women fall for it all the time. But that's why I tell people just like you gotta shoot that down.
Yeah.
Like you gotta have more value to yourself, and think more of yourself than to take that as a line. That shouldn't be the line that gets you.
Oh, you look so good today. I need to take you out today. Yeah. Okay, that night, but I'm going home.
Yeah, make me work for it. Make somebody work for it.
Yeah.
Make them really show that that's what they want.
Yeah. But sexual harassment is not where that shit is not cute. It's not like
it's not, man.
You remember when you was on the playground as a kid and a boy hit you or whatever? They just showing they like you, or the girl hits the little boy.
They did say that all the time. They just flirting.
Yeah, but they
punching.
But we end up growing up to
punching people.
You remember when we was kids and they were like if the little girl hit the little boy, oh well, she likes you.
Not me.
Or no, I didn't.
No, I remember when I was little. I'm so sorry. They probably still remember. I'm sorry, y'all, but we used to play this game punching. I let them punch me in the stomach, right, as hard as they could, and I'd be like, and they punch me, and I'd be like, my turn. Then I went, kapow! I mean, and that wasn't no I'd knock the living shit out of them.
But they would literally say, well, she's picking on you or he's picking on hers because they like you. No. And they actually grow up to believing this. If I pick on her or if I say something to him, if I'm being mean, that's going to make him want to chase me and da-da. No, that's...
And another harassment is unwanted photos, emails, or text messages. I can't speak for other women. I don't want to see your dick. I don't want to see a dick pic. Okay?
No.
That hairy mess you got going on there, trim it. Do something. No.
Don't do it.
I mean, unless they both agree to it, have at it. This one ain't.
Now, if it's between
that's
you
fine.
And yours,
but when
that's different. I still don't want no dick pic, though. That
you know what I mean? And that happens all the time. I'm like, what is this mess? I'm like,
I don't even want no shirtless. Like, you would rather see a shirtless picture of me.
And I'm like this. What is this mess?
that stuff don't go nowhere. It's on somebody's server somewhere.
I know. You can get it anyway. I'm like, I don't want to see that hairy mess.
I hate that text message. Send me a picture of you.
Yeah, I seen you one, all right.
What kind of picture?
Look, I'm going to be like, my tooth.
Zoomed in.
What are you wearing right now? Nothing. I mean, you asked.
I'm going to send you a picture of my foot and my toes.
Send me a picture of you. I'm going to send you an old baby picture of me when I was fat with a piece of chocolate cake stuck to the chin. Like, come on, man. That shit is not cute. That is not cute at all.
So, sexual harassment.
But a lot of men and women fall for it.
But to your point, a lot of people don't, especially men, don't see that as sexual harassment.
What's that? What part?
Any of it. Like, just they may think I'm just being nice to you, or I'm just trying to show you I like you.
No, that's good. I want to hear this from your perspective, because I'm like,
that's harassment. But that's what we try to. I think the Me Too movement helped to spearhead that. To now where men are like, you know what, she's nice, like you look nice, and they'll keep walking. But before that, they whistling. You know, they trying to grab.
Oh, that dog call.
They grab by your elbow like when you walking by.
You know, there's nothing wrong with complimenting somebody, but there's a way.
Grabbing the waist. Excuse me, ma'am.
Yeah.
The grabbing the waist.
That's harassment.
Or like this. Yeah. Back, like, and I'm like, you gonna let my earlobe next?
You got some hot oil back there for this massage you're trying to give me right now?
Well,
but a lot of women feel uncomfortable.
Right here?
They should say something too.
A lot of women won't say nothing. We're going to say something because we're touched. We're going to say something. You know what I mean? We're touched.
We're special.
No, it's not.
She's been waiting to do it.
Don't get me started.
We're built to speak our minds. Put it that way.
But there's been times where I haven't said anything.
There's been times I
worked in an environment where, I didn't say anything about nothing, but nobody's business, but it was every day. Now, mind you, I'm looking like...
And the more you don't say something, the more they feel like it's okay to do it.
Until it built up inside of me, and I just went off on everybody. It just...
And men get it too. At IBM, I had a janitor that kept always flirting with me, but she told me she would take me to Chinatown one day. She was gonna take me downtown. I didn't know what that means. So I'm like, yeah, I go downtown. Where you going? I had no idea what she was talking about until somebody like, hey Mario, like she can run downtown. Like you, and she just over there smiling. It's an older lady. Like, why she smiling? Cause I'm like, yeah, we ride to Atlanta. Where you going? and this whole time, this lady was really flirting with me, like making sexual advances, and I'm just.
And you did not catch on to it.
I did not catch, because my mind wouldn't allow me to think that she would do that with me.
So that's how I've always been. I just don't. I'm like, no.
You don't want to automatically assume it's a sexual thing.
I'm going to the city.
Yeah, I've always, because I don't think like that. That's hilarious.
And before that, I hadn't heard that phrase before either. So I didn't know what that phrase. You know me. You know where I come from.
There's simple flirting.
Like, I ain't never heard them take you downtown. Like I don't know what that means. But so I'm just saying, men get it too.
Yes,
men get it too. Like you get flirted with all the time.
And there's like I've always been like, you look nice today. You look good, but I don't think I don't mean anything about. You know what I mean? There's a time I don't want people to be like so wound up.
My thing is, don't come up and just try to grab onto me.
Mine's the
I literally.
Y'all know me. I don't like being touched. Y'all know I don't hug.
I'm not a hugger.
Yeah, yes. You don't come towards me like this, and I'll hug you then. But I will never make.
It's weird. It's like that awkward moment where you go to try to hug somebody, like, fuck it, let me just shake your hand, bro, because I can't.
Elbow.
When somebody comes up and just grabs, I be like, I lock up because I don't know what your next move. Don't just grab me like that. I'm in a fight mode now. It's not a flight. I'm in a fight mode because I have been raped
that's what I'm saying.
I have been molested.
That's a trigger moment.
So if you just walk up and just grab, if I'm not comfortable around you to that point, like there's even still people I grew up with to this day I've never given a hug to. You know what I mean? But there's certain people that are huggers, and I know they're she's a hugger, so I know she's gonna walk. Hey, cuz you know whatever.
That's just me.
And I know there's other males that I grew up with that, hey man, the first thing we doing, we hugging. Right. You know, but then there's certain people that even if I grow, just don't run up on me and grab because I'm locked.
Because we don't have that history. Mm-mm. So that history that is not there. So you have to actually be like, okay, man.
Yeah, let me give me a hug. Yeah.
But to just walk up and do it, it don't come natural. It's no disrespect and nothing like that. It just don't come natural.
I just lock up because I'm waiting to see what's gonna happen next. What is your next
that trigger moment?
I trust you, but I need to see what you're going because I've been molested and raped by people that I trust. That's what these people
don't realize. That's a deep,
you know what I mean?
It will cause your brain to spiral out of control. Like it's a fight or flight. Like,
but I'm not walking around going, "Oh my God, you looked at me with your googly eyes." That's sexual harassment.
Don't start finding things. It's just it's just the ones. To me, it's the ones that are without a doubt wanting something sexual. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like I don't care.
And if I told you, bruh, stop that shit. It's not going to happen.
You know, it's just the sexual, like when it gets really deep into it. It's like, you know, you can comment on, oh, you look good today. I don't care.
I'll giggle a little bit and be like, bro, no, I don't. I look like a crackhead. I'm going to say something smart.
Yeah. And even like, you know, like I've dealt with it all my life with different, you know, and I play it off like a guy. I'm like, no, dude, that's not, you know, but there's certain times where there's a boundary, like.
Some people take it too far.
Yes. And they want to see where they. And like I said, I'm not more, I don't think like that. So it's like, huh?
Even to this day, people be like, man, back in the day, so many people were trying. I was like, no, they wasn't. I was like the little sister, the homegirl, one of the homies type deal. To this day, and I'm 42, about to be 43 years old, I still can't pay attention when somebody's actually trying to holler at me. I don't look at it that way.
I don't either.
I don't because
I think I'm naive as hell, but no.
No, like, I am. I think it's a choice though to not pay attention. In all reality, I think we're all three that way. We make a choice of, just because somebody spoke to us doesn't mean that they want to date us. You know what I mean?
Right.
But there are a lot of people out there, soon as somebody just opens the door for them because they were raised right and they got manners. Oh my God, he tried to holler at me. I'm not going out with you. They tried to just open the door for you.
Right.
Politely push her ass back out that door and close it, and she can open her own door.
Close it.
But it goes both ways. Some people go above and beyond on either spectrum. Some people just have manners and people take it as being flirtatious.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I've always been a flirt, but it's not not in that way.
Yeah. But you might be sexually harassing people, cuz.
You know what I mean? No. I love the earlobes, man. If something about them something about them lobes, I'm kidding. That's a joke. I can make fun of it because don't even go there. Sexual assault. It falls under a criminal law.
Yeah.
Like forced kissing, without consent, attempted rape, forcing to perform sexual acts.
Something that should get your ass killed for doing to somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to say it. I believe in the death penalty.
Yeah, I remember when I was in 6th grade, somebody touched my boobs. I was in a lunch line.
You got boobs?
I did. They had little nubs. I mean, they were like little nubs. You know, like little,
as we're talking about a sexual harassment.
No, I'm serious. It was like I was in a lunch line. I was about to pay for my food. And this kid, like, I didn't have, they weren't big. They were like little.
Niblets.
Imagine now. Yeah, like little kiwis. Smaller than a kiwi.
You had some nipples.
Yeah.
Okay.
And this boy came up to him down like this, like he's dialing Tokyo or something. And I was like, it took me a minute. I was like, what the fuck? I took off after him. I was like, you stupid ass. I mean,
I could see her.
Yeah, it was like he was dialing Tokyo, like playing dialing.
That was the thing when we was kids, though.
It was something about dialing. I was like, he even said it.
Zero comment.
No, and he even said it. He was like, dialing Tokyo, and I was going.
But that came off of a show, or so I remember little boys.
It was something back then. It was dialing Tokyo, and I'm like, dialing what? You know, I'm like, you about to get dialed somewhere.
You about to be buried in Tokyo.
It was the weirdest thing. Yeah, there was something about dialing Tokyo, and he was like using mine as a scanner.
But that was on a show or so. I do remember that.
Like, why mine?
I remember it. I remember little boys were taught
that. Yeah, I was in 6th grade paying for my lunch. In the lunchroom. And I was going, dialing what?
Yeah. Or the betting the dollar to tap a girl on her butt or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, little boys used to bet each other to do stupid shit all the time.
Yeah.
But we played spin the bottle in the kissing thing too. So whoever the bottle lands on, you got to go in the closet and kiss.
Yeah.
I didn't do that.
I was a part of it, but I was not kissing. You kiss my ass. That's what we going to do, because I'm not kissing you. Who that bottle landed on was not it.
You're like, no, I ain't doing that.
I got friends now go to a club and you'll walk around and see them just mouth to mouth with a random guy. And I'm like, how in the world are y'all doing this? Like,
all I see when I go to a club is germs.
Yeah, my mind won't let me do it.
I can't. When I go to, I can't. I'm none.
That's how great. Diseases get spread.
I think it's great. You want to go knock yourself out. Me,
yeah, I have to know you.
I'm too sensitive with energies. First of all, now, and I can't handle loud stuff.
Yeah.
But back then, it was like all I seen was germs, and I'm like, no.
Yeah, everybody was touching everybody.
No.
I mean, we was dancing and grinding, but to actually put your mouth on somebody?
Oh,
yeah. That's what they did. They go in there and...
It's just multiple.
Yeah.
You get drunk and just go crazy.
Like,
that's some white people shit.
It isn't white people stuff, isn't it?
That's some white people shit.
Yeah.
But are you talking about your friend? Yeah, that's some white people shit.
I was about to say.
This is not, wrong white girls. Not gonna happen. Don't do it. Don't do it around me. I'm gonna talk about you. I might spray some Lysol or something on you, because that's... Don't do it. Don't just run around kissing random people. That's just...
Victims of sexual harassment are often told they are being unreasonable or too sensitive, or they can't take a joke.
Now, I am victim advocate certified. It actually just expired. I got to renew my certification through Nova. But yeah, they all of that. If you are... Go talk to somebody. There are little advocates, victim advocates. You don't have to go straight to the police or something like that. But if you feel like you were ever in a harassment or rape situation, or a situation where you blacked out, you may have been roofied, you were possibly still, if you're waking up butt naked and your booty hole hurt, baby, something happened to you. And I'm not, stop it. You're not supposed to laugh. But I mean, all seriousness, you need to go do at least the kit. Get the kit out. Just get the kit out the way. Because they do save those rape kits.
That is
for a certain amount
DNA
of time.
and stuff, right?
Yes, for DNA. And those drugs, those date rape drugs, come out of your system so fast. If you don't get tested and at least have that somewhere on a shelf somewhere, or blood tested or something to see if you were drugged, like the evidence is gone. And it turns into your word against somebody else's. But there were situations with, like even with us growing up, blackout moments. You don't want to tell nobody. You don't want to assume or guess that somebody did that to you because they were supposed to be your friends. Mm-hmm. And so many dudes got away with that shit. Mm-hmm. Ask me how I fucking know. You know what I mean?
On cruises.
Yeah. And I'm not going to put nobody's name out there or blasting them like that. But yeah, situations have happened.
Yep.
You know what I mean? I don't know the whole truth because of blackout moments or whatever when I was a teenager. Try that shit with me while I'm grown. That's going to be a whole different story. But this is as a teenager. It happens. These moments happen. And sweetheart, you was raped. Don't let nobody tell you nothing different. They not your friends. That's sexual harassment. That's all of the above.
There's even husbands that get called for raping. Like the woman didn't want it.
And that wasn't even until the 70s because women were men's property.
You know what I mean? Like now, it's like, and that's a real thing. They're like, women's like, no, man, I don't. And they'll force themselves, like, yeah, that's freaking right.
You're my wife. You're going to give it to me.
I make you think, buddy.
Yeah. You better Lorena Bob it that. No, I'm just saying, don't do it.
Where's that Bob at?
They stopped a lot of that. When she did that, a lot of them like, oh, they cutting it.
Lorena Bobbitt said, bloop, she cut it off and threw it out the window while she was driving or some shit. I don't know.
Yeah, I never forgot that either. I'm like, it stuck with me. I was like, damn. I'm like, that's
rape is rape is rape. It doesn't matter if it's your husband. It don't matter if it's your wife. It don't matter if what, like, come on, man.
I've been watching the show. Y'all remember Dateline NBC?
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's my shit.
It's been on my Facebook. I've been watching the videos again. Mm-hmm. And it's like they're all like 13 to 15. They claim it's just a decoy. But I was like, what makes a grown man want something so young? Is it like a control thing? Is it like a virginity thing?
At all.
Is it like a control? Like I'm about to dip into her virginity. It makes me a man.
Didn't we just talk about this?
I mean, I've been watching. I'm like, I'm interested about the brain. Like, what?
I think a lot of those men too. Let's just say it.
Yeah.
Smaller men. They got a smaller woman that makes them look bigger. Down there makes them feel bigger. Makes them feel like they're in control. Like it's a younger kid.
Yeah. Okay.
It's a
control thing.
It makes their piece look longer.
Okay.
If you see what I'm trying to say, like
they're playing doctor, but only got a penthouse.
Yeah. So it makes them feel more dominant now. But a regular woman, full size woman,
is gonna laugh at them or whatever.
Look at them like laugh at them.
Yeah.
So you go get these.
So they're insecure.
Yeah, and that may not be the only, but there is an amount of insecurity.
It's like
I can't dominate someone my own age. I can't.
It's a control dominate. Yeah.
But this right here.
But I can manipulate a young girl.
And they love the virginity thing.
Yeah. They can give you money. They can give you rides places. They can take you out of
sugar
town.
daddy.
Yeah, they do all that stuff for you that nobody's supposed to be 13. Like that's why I don't like. You shouldn't desire those things now. But parents have to teach that. Like.
Instill that in
you.
This ain't back in the day when I'm gonna marry off my 13, 14-year-old daughter to extend the household name.
Yeah, it was more common back then.
It was very common. They was forced marriage.
Married at 13, I think.
My mama's first marriage was 13.
I don't even understand that. So they're having kids at that age too?
Kids came later. Mine did. My aunt.
My mama didn't have her firstborn until 21.
Yeah, it was a little bit later.
I mean, her
that
first
was common, but
her first marriage was at 13. But yeah, it was common. They were allowed to do that.
Well, even cousins get married, it was common.
Yeah, look at the whole royal family.
Hey. My seeds marry your seeds, marry his seeds. I
don't want my cousin.
But it's a third cousin, second time removed, so they all right.
Hey,
Yeah.
A lot of those wealthy families like that.
Yes, they are. They keep it in the family.
Keep their money in the family.
There's a lot of incest going on. They just did a show, I think a documentary or a news clip is something about the most famous incest family, or inbred family is what they call it, but they're not rich.
It's about
just,
genetics.
They're just inbreds.
And DNA.
Just a little touched.
Yeah.
A little touched. But rape is still a real big thing. And it happens inside families too, speaking on families.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? The uncles,
and you're raised
the
up,
aunties,
your family you don't go against your family, or you keep it under the rug. We'll deal with it ourselves, or
or don't they would never do that. Just stay away from them.
The churches too. And I think about all the time, like the church system and how
a lot of them people that were on that predator thing, they were youth pastors, or
altar boys and stuff like that. And you got the pastors. That's why I don't agree with a lot of this, the religions that tell a man that he can't have sex, he can't have a wife. Like, that's a natural thing for that man to feel, and then they get upset when
it's a natural thing. I know.
Yeah, so you done took this natural order. You don't think he's touching those
and one thing
there was the dude that did the mass killing, the Kool-Aid guy.
Really?
The Kool-Aid guy, the one that thought that they was going to do the alien guy, the body.
Yeah.
Was it Jim Jones? I don't know.
Which one did the
I think
I know. I don't know.
They castrated themselves because they supposedly took a vow to not be with women. So, and they couldn't control their selves or their bodily functions. They ended up cutting their teeth.
Now, I will say a lot of spiritual men or even women, whatever, it takes a lot to, once you gain control.
Jim Jones.
It was Jim Jones.
Like control of that sexual urge. A lot of men will not, when you don't release it, you can harness it inside and actually, and it's a very powerful thing.
She's giving me blue balls.
No, and I mean, with a
and that's a real thing.
A spiritual purpose.
And I'm a man. I'll admit that. Like, you get a woman around you and she gets you excited. You be like, look, I got blue balls. Like, I'm gonna hurt. If you don't help me out, it's gonna hurt me.
Let me just put the head.
That's the whole story. Yeah, you don't understand because you don't feel it's like I'm hurt right now.
Yeah,
and you gotta let me get this out.
Yeah,
and that was a whole speech.
It's a release.
I don't care where no.
And women would fall for it. I was one of them. I was one.
I don't want you to hurt. Can I just use my hand? Can I use my mouth?
Yeah.
They would always say that. We'd just be like,
yeah. Just to get that release.
As a spiritual person, like, if you can harness it, takes a lot of work, but you can harness it.
Yeah.
Inside and like meditate on it, and it like literally your third eye, it like really it takes a lot of work to get there.
That's true though. Even a lot of boxers don't have sex much before they fight.
For that aggression, for that build up.
You need that energy you have.
It's an energy. Once you learn, it's very powerful. Once a man or a woman learns how to harness it instead of releasing it every 2 seconds.
So you see it in sports, martial arts, boxing, like a lot of those sports will abstain just to have that power back.
And I will say this, sodomy, it does. I don't know if this has any connection to the altar boy. I don't know if that's the reason why they done it. I don't know. But the thing is, when you have sodomy, it hits a nerve and it goes up your spine, and it does something to your third eye. Opens up your third eye.
It opens up more than that.
I'm just saying, but it does. You know what I mean? There's actually
But no, they did say that there's like a spot in there that.
And they hit that, and it does something that opens up your mind.
It's almost like the male's G spot versus like the female's G spot.
But it does something spiritually. It does something. I'm not saying it's right. I mean, it's just something I've noticed. I'm like, I wonder how my mind works.
You're going to be opening up a whole bunch of things.
But the trauma behind it, they won't ever get past.
There's so much trauma behind it.
You know what I mean? They won't ever get past that. They'll be like, and a lot of them are angry. They hold it in. They ain't say nothing. And
then they end up becoming the drug addict or
the bully, like you said earlier,
or the bully, and they start doing it to other people because it happened to them.
We had a friend that got beat up real bad by some guys in Atlanta. That's why he got beat almost within inches of his life because he was gay. And it was, those guys that do stuff like that, like you said, maybe something happened to them in their past where they immediately feel like you disrespected them. They might not even know you. Or
their daddy or mama beat the hell out of them for playing with Barbie dolls.
You
just something.
He took somebody else's beating, basically. Like, and we hated that, man. That's one of our best friends.
Is he okay now?
Yeah, he's fine now. Okay. But he almost didn't make it.
That to me just makes
we was ready to ride. That's crazy. Like, we're not even. Like, back then, it was so long ago, like, we still, nobody really knew he was like that until that happened.
Yeah.
But we were still ready to ride for them. We're like, okay, where they at? Where were you at? What do you remember what they looked like? Like, we acted like the police. Like, we gonna get them.
Mm-hmm.
But he just...
Because you wanted to protect your friend.
Yeah. But stuff like that happens all the time.
Yep. And even under the sexual harassment thing, even intrusive questions about a person's personal or sex life.
You can't be gay.
Yeah, that's, I mean, I'm like...
Still, like...
Huh?
For one, how you gonna tell somebody?
You gotta be bisexual because you were married. And I went, okay. It was a totally different
That
thing.
is very intrusive, though. That is considered sexual harassment.
It was bad. It was like, I'm so sensitive to energies. It was like it.
When people start asking me a lot of questions, I am good for this. I will look you dead in your face and be like, am I fucking you? Like, why is it in your business?
I just don't. I'm like, none of your business. You won't ever hardly hear me say anything.
I'm like, did you pay a bill of mine that I didn't know about? Are we fucking? Like, are you coming into my?
Are you buying the wood for my apartment?
Do you know where I live at? Like, bruh, explain to me why you asking me 11 questions.
Even stalking
is a big rule of mine.
Stalking is a form of sexual harassment.
I've had stalkers before. I had a grown
and that's very common.
In college, one of my bosses, and I didn't want to believe it. I ended up quitting the job I was working. I was doing like a work study job, and
that's some creepy shit, man.
But the lady, she looked like a man, or she looked like somebody that a transgender or something. But either way, I was scared of her. I was dead scared of her. But
I was picturing.
I was trying to figure, like tall. You talking like taller than me? Got these big hands.
Mario.
Yeah, you got these big hands. So I'm working in your office. So I'm like basically a student worker. So typing your paper, I'm real close to you. But I would see her in everywhere, and I would just look out the corner of my eye. I'm in the cafeteria eating, and I'm looking, and she's right there, like staring. I'm like,
oh, she wanted you
everywhere I'm at. And then she tried to make me friends with her son. That's what got me. Like, her son is like this hippie guy, long hair, and me and him would never get along. We would never hang out. We're just different.
Yeah.
And she kept trying to force us, like, want me to spend the night at his house with him and at your house with him, and I don't want to be friends with your son. Like, it just kept being weird till I just quit.
She was trying to be the American Pie mom.
She was. Don't tell you, she was. But she wasn't a man. I'm saying that. But that's how she was masculine.
Very masculine.
And very bigger than me. Like, and you just cower down a little bit, like, no, don't touch me.
She was going to scoop your little ass up. She was going to scoop you up real quick and take you over the threshold.
But it's happened. I'm saying, I was old enough to recognize that.
Mm-hmm.
But
how many people would have fell in line with that though? Because this grown woman that is established, got a career, she's trying to holler at you or whatever.
Yeah.
And it happens in high school in teachers.
Oh, yeah, it's all, you know.
Women teachers and male teachers. We done talked about it before.
Yeah, where in high school too, but it was another lady in the community that told my parents she wanted me to help do some artwork. So I was going to her house every week to do work on an art project. But the last time I went,
she wanted your art project.
Yeah, she got right by me and she put her hand on my thigh. I still remember how it feels. That's why
thy staff and thy rod.
I remember the feeling of her hand on my thigh. I never forgot it. And I'm like, man, this ain't.
It don't feel right.
Yeah, there's a difference.
Because as a boy, I'm like, so I'm gonna get excited. But now I'm gonna start to feel like I started getting a little erect. I'm like, okay, this don't feel right. And I just told my dad I made up some reason. I never went back.
But you never told him
I don't
the
know,
purpose.
because I don't know if that was her intent or not.
Yeah.
But and I tell a lot of ladies, it's like when you're dealing with young men, boys, like you have to be
don't
aware.
Put your hands on them.
You have to be aware after 13, 12, 13, might be earlier than that now. Like any physical contact, you can just brush by them.
Mm-hmm.
And
it's just a natural instinct for a man, right?
Yeah, it's
like
natural. But their mind automatically starts thinking, oh, I'm supposed to do something. I gotta put this somewhere. Like this, I gotta stick it somewhere. But I'm telling you, like,
hey, they got them little.
No, that makes sense.
Naturally, that's what happens.
They got them little suction cup cleaners.
We started getting some of them, passing them out to the school. Like, here, bro.
Yeah, just go and take this and handle it. Just
I've even heard
the pocket pussy,
the cantaloupe. Warm it up in the microwave.
Seen that.
Hey, but they did that. Cantaloupe,
cut a hole in it.
I went to a male strip club.
Told me that. I was in 10th grade and
I went to a male strip club and actually saw that shit done in person. I was like,
they heat it in the microwave. They even told me you got to heat it in the microwave just for a little bit to get that white tint. I'm going,
yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, there's some things out there. This whole conversation turned into a sexual harassment conversation.
I'm just like, okay.
But people, because honestly, people don't talk about it.
Yeah, it needs to be spoken
about. It's not talking about in wide circles.
You need to know the boundaries. And you need to feel comfortable enough to speak on your boundaries. If you don't feel comfortable with that statement or with that hand on your thigh or what, hey man, I don't feel comfortable.
This goes back to you never know what that person's been through.
Yeah.
I'm a grown man. I tell you, like, look, I'm still a man. I had a lot of female friends not to have to remind them, I'm still a man.
Yeah.
If you touch me, if you get close to me, I'm single. Like, I'm gonna.
You trying to coddle up to me?
If you're trying to keep it right here, you need to give me my space.
Yeah.
But if you come close, like, I'm gonna react like any man would. And I have to. I hate to have to remind people. I guess because I'm such a nice guy. Like they just assume like, oh, that's my friend. That's my.
Let me just curl up on them or what? Yeah.
Like. And we used to, even my brothers, when we had our first apartment together, that was a rule. If you over here after 10:30 at night, it must mean you want to do something. Like, you need to go home.
I mean, but that's the truth, though.
What are you doing here still? We finna go to bed. You going to bed with me?
Okay.
Like,
ain't no
it's after the hour. Like,
ain't no Netflix and chill back then.
Back then, yeah. It's like, what are you doing here? Like, you must want something. What do you, and we try to, like, you going to go home or you going to stay? Which one you going to do? And if you stay,
we're going to bed.
We're going to the room back here.
Yeah.
And we were just always honest like that with people. My dad gonna kill me for saying it, but it's just the way we was. Like we knew.
But y'all were upfront about it.
Yeah, we was upfront.
And I respect that. Upfront. Okay, so we're I totally.
The expectation was already put out there.
If it's a group of people we hanging out, that's fine. We'll be here to 1, 2 o'clock. I didn't want to talk. But if it's just me and you in my house,
yeah, it's like
it started getting late. And we're like,
what you finna do? Yeah.
Right. What we gonna do? Okay. Or you just gonna let me go to sleep?
I mean, I'm going to give you a blanket and pillow. You sleep your ass right here, but that's my bed. You know what I mean? Right. But then, and see, I was always typically the only female. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But those expectations weren't on that level with me. Hell, I was going and hollering at females for my own boys or whatever. My own boy when I let you. Like, I was that one.
Right.
You know what I mean? But I was always welcomed or treated like the little sister or one of the fellas.
Right.
Period.
Yeah, that's it. One of the guys.
I was one of the guys. So that I felt protected by the majority. You know what I mean? Now there is a few that to this day I wouldn't stay in a room alone with for 3 seconds because I haven't forgotten. You know what I mean?
Right.
But the majority, I had a protection. I always had and if something happened to me, I knew who I could tell, and business was going to get handled.
And those people always be like that.
Yeah.
Like those people are the ones that really care about you to this day, probably.
Oh, to this day. Like if I ever threw out a red flag and be like, hey man, XYZ just happened, we're not even gonna lose our freedom. And I'm not gonna tell you how we're not gonna lose our freedom because this is recorded. But just know you will be dealt with. You know what I mean?
Accordingly, yes.
Accordingly. Within the laws of the the limits.
But that's a serious topic, sexual harassment.
Yeah.
It's everything that's encompassed in it because it happens every day to somebody.
And you can't tell somebody to not take it to heart because you don't know that person's backstory.
That's exactly it. And that's why I'm so adamant about, because I know people that they're not even sure if they've been molested. But you can put 2 and 2 together. Like your brain's a very powerful thing. It protects you, but it triggers that fight or flight, and it triggers, and it literally messes somebody up. Like panic attacks, you start having them all over again. I mean, it's just shit that starts happening. Mm-hmm. And this person thinks it's a joke.
Or the next person looking at, why are you taking that so hard? They didn't mean it that way.
A lot of people say that.
And I've been that way all my life. I just, one of the guys, I'm like, okay, that's cool, man. Because I didn't care. I mean, they weren't going nowhere. Because I'm like, I'm going to find out. But I mean, not.
But the people that do take it to heart.
That's what I'm saying. I'm thinking about the other people.
And they try to set their boundaries. It's people like us that'll laugh at this situation. Unlike this person might take it fully to heart.
Yeah.
By that one statement. And we're like, man, why you take it that serious in our heads? Mm-hmm. But we don't know that person's backstory. So it's not our place to tell that person, man, they were just joking. You just need to know. If you feel uncomfortable, speak on it. That is you.
Yep.
Speak on it. Shut it down. Get the police involved if you need to get the police involved, especially if somebody's licking on you. But for real, like, it's not cool. Don't harass nobody. Don't try to.
I clean that earlobe real good.
Yeah, I was telling somebody, what they used to call that wet willies, where somebody lick their finger, stick their finger in your ear. I had a girl do that to me one time, and I just like it was the worst.
That's germs too, though.
It's just because you can't get it out. You can't get rid of the wetness.
Yeah, think about my earlobe. Think about my ear.
Yeah, so it's like you be doing like this for an hour. And
Yeah, I was like this. I need to take a shower.
And it's like, man, it was the worst feeling. But
I kept doing like this.
That's harassment. But back then, like, because a girl did it, she probably liked me and thought it was funny. Didn't say nothing. I just.
A wet willy is not funny.
It's not funny to me. I would fight you for that. If it wasn't a girl.
Well, but you being a germaphobe, you don't like germs, and that's even worse.
Yeah, because I'm borderline OCD.
That's what I'm saying. And that's like real, like that really messes with you, like stuff like that. That's like real stuff. OCD you not play with.
He is OCD.
I'm sitting there just like, man,
that messes you up.
Wet inside my ear right now. It's like I can't get it out.
My earlobe.
And somebody else was on the outside looking in, like, the fuck is wrong with him? Why is he tripping out so bad?
But they were like, it wasn't that bad. She liked you, bro. She just like she want to go in the room with you. Like, I ain't gonna know.
Well, let her spit in your ear. I don't want that in my ear. That is just.
Like, what makes you do that? Why would you do that and think it was cool?
I don't know.
Just like you were saying, like, why would you do that? Like,
I mean, I know where you're going with it. I'm like,
what makes you look at somebody and be like, you know what, that earlobe looks very tasty right now.
I got tiny ears. Look, something they're like that big. And I can't hear, and they're like this big.
I think sometimes because that may be a turn on for that person, or they may like somebody.
He was trying to see where I was going to go, and I'm like this.
He's doing to you what it would take to turn him on. So if that's his thing, he's doing it to you because he wants to invoke that feeling in you.
I actually had a guy ask me to touch his nipple one day.
Yeah.
We were sitting. Listen.
I hope you flip the shit out of
I was that man.
Listen.
Like, that's a sensitive area. A lot of guys don't know that's a sensitive
area.
Hold on.
It is.
If it really.
I was curious. So I'm like, what you mean? He was like, hard? He said, just touch my nipple. I'm sitting in the passenger seat of this dude.
It's in a car.
In a vehicle. And I'm looking at him and I was like, he done pulled up his shirt and then he's like, touch my nipple. And I was like, I'm laughing. Y'all know me. I was laughing my ass off.
But you did it.
And I was like, I wonder what'll happen if I touch his nipple. So I just reached over and did the little pinch.
You pinched it.
And that joker nutted all over his.
No. No way.
I've never
that
seen
quick?
I had never seen nothing like that in my life, y'all.
He must have been one of them ones that put clamps on it with electricity.
Oh no!
That's wild, man.
If anybody,
I know it gets hard and stuff. Damn.
There's like two people that know about this situation. My military career. Oh my god, dude got. I've died laughing.
I know because it turn you on. It get me turned on.
Yeah, but not like all of a sudden like that.
This joker.
He's one of the ones that put them electric clamps on.
This joker straight up nutted on it, y'all. I promise. He was like, can you go to the trunk and get my T-shirt out? So I'm laughing my ass off at it. I ain't never touched this dude in my life.
Don't touch me.
It wasn't.
In the first gun for you.
That was my first time ever seeing some shit like that. I promise you.
And that's the one you like?
No, it was.
So you
listen, dude.
Off GP.
He was trying. No, he was trying to holler at me. Right?
Okay.
It had been a while.
This is one of them. I gotta put it somewhere.
He had listen.
Yeah, and he's like, poof.
He had been trying to talk to me the whole time that when I first got there in this area at this post.
So he already had built up like.
He had the yes. He had to have.
Yeah,
so we went.
Yeah, he was already worked up.
So I went to like the bowling alley or something that evening with him. But there was other troops, other soldiers there or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So it wasn't nothing like a date.
To you, it was. It sounded like to him.
It wasn't no fucking date. I didn't have a car at the time, so I was like, bro, I go. You know, I ride out with you. But I knew that there was other soldiers that was going to be there too. So it wasn't nothing in my mind. It wasn't no date.
That's how I am. I'm like, no.
And plus, he was married. Like it was a whole thing. And I was living in the barracks area. You know what I mean? So you come to the barracks area to pick. I meet you outside. We go to the bowling alley on post, and you come to drop me off. And then it turned into that. You know, I like you. You know, I'm like, wait, what?
I'm embarrassed. You ain't me. Don't just talk.
I know I'm like this.
I can't tell you.
Look, I'm like this.
But I promise you, when that joker lifted up his shirt and said, just touch my nipple, I was like, okay, fuck it.
Yeah, he done had fantasies built up.
Ain't got to do nothing else?
I didn't have to do nothing.
That's pretty easy, but I know.
Listen, when that joker said, easy.
Don't do that.
And he said, just go to the trunk and get my shirt out real quick.
Yes. Yeah, it is.
That motherfucker didn't talk to me for the rest of the time I was in that area.
Because you had dirt on. At that point, you got dirt on.
Oh my God.
You can't. He hoping you don't tell nobody else.
Listen, I had to go tell my little cut buddy, my actual little cut buddy friend I had up there. I was like, bro, let me tell you what happened.
Wow.
Oh my God. No, that was built up like fantasy.
Oh my God.
Like,
I don't even remember his name. That's the funny part.
That's been a long time. That was built up fantasies and stuff.
Yeah.
I don't even remember his name.
I don't know no
Right.
way that. Like you said, unless he was doing that a lot and he had done trained that area to be that.
He's using them electricity.
Over
plants.
a nipple touch? Listen, we're talking about sexual harassment. We're telling y'all, don't take sexual harassment. Don't do sexual harassment.
Do it.
Get permission before you touch somebody.
You know, you be flirtatious, cool with it. I mean, I get it, but there's
Even
just
if you with somebody. I was with somebody one time. They bit me on my nipple.
Did what?
Bit my nipple.
Bit you?
I almost kicked him out the bed.
Bit you nipple?
Bit it. Because they read in the magazine somewhere the guys like that. They read it. They told me because I asked them like, why?
Well, apparently this guy off of a...
So that's what I'm saying. It must have been true. But for me, like that almost got somebody a black eye. And that's off a reflex. Not me trying to, but it was just like, ow, get off. Like, what was that?
Yeah,
that's one that... Hold on.
Whoa,
minute.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going home.
I remember the first time a dude tried to put the thumb like near the wrong hole, not the good hole, the other hole.
Oh, yeah.
But I jumped up so got doggone fast. I said, listen here, player. I like to do one thing and one thing only in that area, and it's not to go inward. Don't go inward. We don't do them. Don't go inward. But it goes outward.
But I guess that is a great way to sum all it. Like you have to communicate.
Set your boundaries.
Free doing anything.
Yeah.
You need to talk.
I'm over here still in tears laughing.
Your sexual partners, whoever it may be, be like, look.
Because you could be the biggest freak in the world. If you can find somebody that like that.
But if you at work, go for it. If you're in a work environment, in a professional environment, why are you even bringing up any of that?
A lot of that happens at work. I get stories. My brother works at the hospital.
Yeah.
So I get stories almost every week about somebody else is in HR, somebody else that got fired. Like it happens every day in the workplace.
You are there to go to work and leave. You're there to go to work, handle your business, and leave.
He hiring a lot of young people, people under 25, and they bring all that to work with them. All that sexual frustration, cheating, infidelity, all that comes to work with them, and it just spreads around the job.
You better stop shitting where you eat.
Like,
ain't that what they say?
Got HR going crazy in the hospital system. Like,
man, the hospital's been known to be tucked off in closets and all of that. Because
HR
that's any workplace. I don't care what.
Oh, the military?
It really is.
Any workplace.
When they was talking about that chick that got the train ran on her by the other fellow police officers, I was like, man, she ain't got shit on the military. Choo, choo. Come on, ride that train. Choo, choo, and ride it. That song's
I can't even tell you.
But that's her business, though.
Because that's what I know a lot of girls, that's what they wanted.
But that's their business, though.
And then it don't become bad until they get caught, and then they'll be like, they did this, and no, you.
The husband already knew that they had an open marriage, obviously, because the husband knew.
They were open?
They had to have been. Ain't no way.
Guys that sit there and watch. When I saw his pictures, I was like, he's a watcher.
He's a watcher. He was getting off on that shit.
Yeah,
he had lies.
Some people like, if you both consent to it, knock yourself out.
That's the
thing. No difference to me.
Consent, boundaries.
I mean, if you're with your partner, husband, wife, whatever, and y'all like, I want to be open, I want to do this, blah, blah, blah. Great. Knock yourself out.
If you're riding around or walking around licking on people's earlobes or licking people, period, you might need to go into get you a helmet and sit in there. Don't do it. Don't do it.
Woo! I was about to just.
It's been a great episode. Thank y'all for watching.
I almost did it. I didn't. Okay.
My
My sister wants me to do it so bad on this show. I'm like,
she's trying to get you there. Just go.
I know, and I'm like, oh, I'm about to.
We're gonna get canceled. Go ahead.
No.
As long as you don't do it in the first 5 minutes. Know what they say with any video.
I'm a window licker.
Listen,
I lick windows. I can say that because I'm hearing impaired. So
she
I can
is
make
hearing
fun,
impaired.
And I mean, seriously, like, it's bad. I can make fun of myself. And that's what I'm doing. I'm making fun of myself. I'm not making fun of nobody else. I'm making fun of myself.
Cancel culture do not come after us.
No,
man.
I'm making fun of myself.
We're talking about some real shit though.
No, y'all.
Don't walk around licking on nobody. And
yeah, my earlobe won't ever be the same.
keep your hands,
And
your
mouth.
tongue,
You know, my
Your
ears
breath.
small. Look, my earlobe's tiny. I got tiny freaking ears.
your fingertip.
And you got a 6
Leave
foot,
it all to yourself.
6'3", 4",
So look, they got
probably 300 or 400 pound guy. Like one little lick's like my whole ear. Like,
That's what I'm saying. Elizabeth had to get in there,
I'm like-
in that little part right there. It had to get
I didn't know what to do. I was like, you better be glad I'm like work through my stuff because you karate chopping.
Listen, handle your business. Handle your business.
Married people.
Married people do not go raping your spouses. It's not cool. It's not cool.
That's a real thing.
It is a real thing.
Mm-hmm.
It is a real thing. Don't do it.
I mean, these
if
people,
your spouse say no, your spouse say no.
yeah, I mean, it's a respect thing. Come on now.
Yeah.
Get you a cantaloupe. Warm it up in the microwave.
Or an apple pie. Or apparently some nipple warmers.
I'm done.
I'm done too. I need some more coffee.
That's wild, man.
That's it. That's all. Know your boundaries. Know the laws. Don't do it without permission.
See you later.
Be sure to log on to youtube.com and subscribe to the HERshyt Show at THERSHYTSHOW.